man.
Look at this guy.
Top of the morning.
How you doing?
Have you read?
We're doing a little video thing.
Doing a walk.
Yeah.
Have you read this one? On Hunter S. Thompson? I loved it because I think because obviously Fear and Loathing and whatever, and the Rum Diaries, he gets the reputation as a partier, which he was.
Right.
But he's also a brilliant political thinker.
Right.
And I mean, he has Fear and Loathing on the campaign trail. So it's him as a political thinker and as a political activist, and he was really good at sort of getting at what lies beneath the American dream, the American spirit, and whatever. I love that book. I had Tim on the podcast, and I thought he does a really good job at looking how the sad part of Hunter S. Thompson's arc is when we needed him most, he was basically a zombie.
Yes.
And that's not even getting into the suicide, which is tragic, but just like he doesn't write anything good towards the end of his life because he'd taken so much speed and stuff that his brain was basically fried. Right. Which we don't really look at as I think people just think, oh, you just do it and then not do it. Mm-hmm. But there's a cost to subjecting yourself to that for decades. I thought it was really good. Yeah. I think you'll like that one. What else? Are you reading anything good these days? Or you like anyone?
Actually, I've been wanting to read one of Sinclair Lewis's books.
Oh, have you read It Can't Happen Here?
That's the one I've been wanting to read.
Okay, let's get that.
Because it seems applicable.
It is sadly very applicable. I wish it was not. Are we out? Fuck. Okay, we're out of It Can't Happen Here, but it is amazing. Do we have Babbitt?
Yes, right on top.
Where's that?
The top row right there, the classics.
Oh, all right. So we don't have that, but we do have Babbitt. Babbitt's like his sort of send up of like the middle American striver, like it also has some very good echoes to a certain personality type today. I thought it's really good. Cool. Yeah, that book's amazing. Have you read this? Do you like fiction?
Yes.
All right, so this book's about the Booth family. It's a novel about the Booth family, like John Wilkes Booth. Mm-hmm. But like it was a whole family of actors. Like the father was a great actor. I mean, his brother was actually a much more famous actor. And there's a statue of Edwin Booth in Gramercy Square Park. It would be like, I don't know, what's a famous? Who are those Australian actors in the Marvel movies? It'd be like if some famous pair of brothers today, one of them assassinated the president. Like,
Right.
They weren't. It wasn't just some random guy that did it. It was one of the most famous people in the country who Lincoln had seen perform. But it's actually a really good book about I think sort of alcoholism runs through the book, generational trauma, the ego of performers. It's actually a great book. Have you read this one of my, I think, an unsung rock memoir? Have you read Adrian Smith's book? It's about, he's like obsessed, I don't know why there's tape on here. He's like obsessed with fishing. And so it's basically, he'll be like, so we were recording this album in the Bahamas, but really what I was doing is, here's all the fish that I caught. And it's like it's clearly his sort of therapy and meditative thing is fishing. And it's a surprisingly thoughtful and lovely book. You ever met him?
No.
Really?
No.
He's my favorite guitar player in Iron Maiden.
I will think about it. Don't cut this. I'll think about this one. I don't know.
No, these are all for you. You don't have to think about them. You have to take them. That's the rule.
Okay.
No, I want to hear what you have to say. What else are you into?
You know what? I've been trying to read because I'm doing this whole spoken word tour for this book.
Oh.
I'm coming to Austin.
Okay, when?
It's in March, I think, early March. The tour starts February 10th. Yeah, it'll be in March sometime. But I'm doing storytelling.
Yeah, sure.
So it's pretty humorous.
Where are you going to do it?
I'll tell you. Austin is, where is this? I've been reading some humorous stuff. I've been like trying to look at been talking to a lot of comedians actually, and reading some David Sedaris stuff. I love him. He's so freaking funny. Where is Austin? Austin is Parish, March 5th.
Okay. Well, I'll try to come.
Yeah, man. I'll listen.
Well, I saw Bruce on his tour.
How did he structure it?
It was something. It was Q&A towards the end because everyone has a million questions. But it was something like he had like this basket. It was classic Bruce Dickinson. He had like a basket of tennis balls or something, if I'm remembering it correctly. And then he threw one out he would pick it at random, throw it out in the audience, and then it would have a number on it. And then the number was like the page he would read.
Right.
Or so it created some kind of like random. Now that I don't know why the throwing has anything to do with it because he could have just picked it. But the point was he kind of created like a randomness and a kind of like a feeling of excitement where that way he wasn't like doing the same show every night.
Right.
But then he wasn't, there was no, well, I'm telling this story here right now for this reason. It was kind of just like, what are we going to get?
Right.
Yeah, and I really
reading
like
from
that.
his book?
He would just tell whatever that story is, if I remember correctly. But I thought it was an interesting way to do it.
Right. I'm reading one excerpt from the book, and the rest is just going to be crazy stories.
Yeah, I think people just want stories, and then they want to be able to engage, or they want to know what wasn't in the book, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's. I got an email from a friend who's like, I know her son. Yeah. He's a lovely young kid with cerebral palsy. I always get him backstage. He's like, we've got tickets. We're coming, and I'm like,
don't come.
Please don't bring your child to this. This is going to have a lot of very adult stuff.
Sure. Yeah, of course. So, do the things you couldn't say.
Yeah. Like you can come to the show, but like you don't want to answer this kid's questions he's going to have after leaving this. What's funny?
What's funny?
Yeah.
Tom Segura's book is good.
Yeah.
Have you read that one?
No.
He's amazing. That book's good. Maybe do that one.
Yeah.
And it's mostly stories.
That's what I'm
trying to think. We don't have that many funny books, unfortunately.
No.
Have you read the Springsteen book? Do we have it here?
Springsteen's?
Yeah, no, not his book. Deliver Me from Nowhere.
No.
Do we have it right now?
I read Springsteen's book.
His memoir is amazing, but Deliver Me from Nowhere is about the making of Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
It's really good, but it's usually right here. Yeah.
We have one.
Oh.
So the system's probably wrong.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to start this next.
He's great.
I'm
that book's
finishing
awesome.
this.
That one's really good.
Yeah.
Socrates one is good. What about Seneca's How to Die? Giving your memento mori, love.
Yes, I own that.
Okay, good. It'd be like if you had a greatest hits album of memento mori themed songs.
Yeah.
Because it's a collection of all his different stuff on the topic. I think it's funny that he wrote so much about death that just the excerpts from that is 230 pages.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Would you sign these for us?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I will.
Sweet. I read a lot. It's sort of my job. You can't write without reading. For almost 15 years now, once a month, I send out an email with my favorite book recommendations for that month. Books that I've been reading, books that I've been going through, books that changed my life, that inspired me, that I think connect to what's happening in the world. And you could sign up right now at ryanholiday.net/reading list.